Alright. Alright. What is up, y'all? Brand Pandy Gamers here, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I'm gonna go ahead and mute the game real quick. So, I don't know if you guys heard from my last live stream. Hold on, I want to make sure my mic is working. Yeah, it is, okay. So I don't know if you guys remember from my last live stream, part 4, I think. Hopefully I'm right. I did say that I was going to, stop. I was going to... Or not stop, sorry, I was going to hit straight to the end, like near to the end of the episode, because you know, for one, it's I'm almost done with the episode. I just didn't get on stream or recording because I heard that it's long. Two, in a way, the episode's like a spin-off, so it's not really connected to the series that much with the characters. But I mean, in a way, I mean, some characters there are, but most of it not. And yeah, I hope you guys understand. And because this one's really long, I didn't want to waste my time. Again, I'm just that eager, and I'm just that eager to get into the series that much and continue on. And you know, yeah. So I hope you guys can forgive me for that. But then again, like, if you know, then if not, then that's fine. I mean, I can get why that, and I mean, if you guys like are upset about me about that, then that's fine. I mean, I understand. But I will recap a few things that you guys didn't see that I saw. So, one, we believe the guilty person is actually the chief of police, Damon Gant. Because at least as far as I feel like this dude blackmailed Lana Skye to do like the stuff for her and used her to do like those other crimes, I guess. Yeah, and two, there was another thing that really hit me, and at least it's probably the truth so far, unless something else happened. But what hit me is that, like, you know, 2 years ago in that episode, the SL9 incident, the murderer, there was someone by the name of Joe Dark, I think, and like 2 years ago in SL9 incident, he was the murderer of like killing other citizens, and one of the prosecutor who was named Marshall. Well, one of the prosecutor named Neil Marshall, but the Marshall in the current case with us is Jake Marshall. Neil Marshall was a victim to a murder that happened 2 years ago in the game, and yeah, Jake Marshall, and you guys probably know from like the other episode that there was a crime scene at the evidence room of the police department. That was not real. Someone dressed as Bruce Goodman, the victim in this case, and they stole his ID card to prove that he was there. But in reality, it was actually Jake Marshall, and the reason for that was not to commit crime, but to, like, you know, because he couldn't let go of the SL9 incident case that was 2 years ago in the game. So yeah, and there's another truth that, and that's not the point. That's not one of the points what hit me, but like, you know, the possible murderer of the SL9 incident. Well, Joe Dark was gonna kill him, but no, Emma Skye is possibly the murderer to that case. This might explain why Lana Skye is trying to confess, unless something else. I don't know. But the truth will reveal all. I'll be heading into the game. Welcome to the finale of Season 1. Let me quickly turn the game back on. Like, here, I'll go ahead and show the court record. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the court record for you guys. Yeah, see, we're on the final day, trial ladder. I know it's not what to send a save file, but then again, I did say I was gonna, in the last stream, I was gonna go ahead straight near to the end of it. So yeah, here we are. See, yeah, here, see what the judge is saying. All right. Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. The final recess, which I'm assuming is probably going to be the... Well, actually, at least I was told by someone, at least, that, you know, that this is indeed going to be the last part. Like, no more to be continued. But here's what I've got so far. So we still got these evidences. We got this switchblade knife, of course, you guys probably saw that. This luminance has sprayed, and you'll be able to find traces of blood. This ID record... We still haven't found out who 777 is, so... Oh well... And we also found this one, like, during our investigation. It's not exactly evidence, but it helps us find evidence. Look what it says here. It says fingerprinting set. This one recovers fingerprints from handprints from comparison with fingerprint file. And honestly, guys, that was actually a really cool mechanic to do. Like, you know, during investigations of the game, I was able to, like, find fingerprints on certain things. And this screwdriver was from Miles Edgeworth, even though it was bought by the request of Gant, who is the chief of police, you know, Damon Gant, which I believe is the guilty person in this case. And it's Goodman's Lost Time report. You know, evidence from foreplane. So yeah, this one strains of blood. This is also blood here, and there was a blue badger. I could show you guys rubber gloves with one of those tag evidence from the SL9 incident. Extremely thin rubber glove. This was found as evidence, but we also found evidence locker. These lockers are pretty much wow. Only the inside detective prints can unlock indicator lamp lights up when you open it. And this jar here, we were able to fix it. At first it was broken, but we were able to fix it. And you see, final fragment found in Chief Gant's safe. Emma is written on the surface of blood. And this jar was at the crime scene 2 years ago, SL9 incident. Which is why I believe which is why it's possible that Emma's the murderer to that case and not really Joe Dark. Well, he was intending to kill people, but I guess not the murder of you know, Neil Marshall. Marshall's fingerprints were found on this locker, and that's when we proved that he was in the evidence room. This video also proved on the video there. See, the blue badger is there, of course. That's the evidence room. You guys can see the whole team. You guys can see the whole thing when you watch someone else's video. I don't want to like waste time. This one files for the Joe Dark killing, so 2 years ago. This is the SL9 incident files. If you check here, the perpetrator was Joe Dark. The crime was a serial murder, and the sentence was death. Joe Dark was sentenced to death. The victims were Edward Jones, Edith Kirby, Jeb Bates, Jason Knight, Rachel Moss, and Neil Marshall, who was the brother of Jake Marshall, that freaking patrolman guy. Head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, and the witnesses were Lana Skye and Emma Skye. Investigating task force executive investigator Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Head investigator was Bruce Goodman. Investigators were Jake Marshall and Angel. So yeah, with that being said, yeah, and this is Neil's autopsy report when he died from 2 years ago. Stabbed in the back and died from punctured heart and lung. A knife tip was in the wound. And we also got a Gant team picture photo worth ceremony. At first we proved that, like, you know, the murder weapon here. I'm actually gonna show you guys this evidence list. So this was actually, if you turn sideways a little bit, then this was actually Emma's drawing, what she witnessed on that day 2 years ago. And we've proven that this knife is broken already while stabbing, so it's not an actual knife, and the tip's broken off, so I guess you can say that, and we've at least proven, or at least, I guess, thought, I don't know, I can't remember. The broken knife was actually from this award thing that Edgeworth had, but the sword was just not there. And a piece of cloth is what's more convincing that Emma is possibly the murderer to that case 2 years ago. Because it says found in Chief Gant's safe, evidence for something. Well, Chief Gant was forging evidence, so that's why we believe he's the guilty guy. But this one bears Emma Skye's fingerprints in here. Evidence of law, well, you know, of course there's that, so yeah. And that's pretty much all the evidence I have, so very well. The court will take a photo recess. So I've pretty much gone far, and this took me pretty much, like, after the stream guide, I spent this whole day trying to get to this part, and that definitely took a longer time than I thought. I mean, I guess I should have expected it, but oh well. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. Like, that's how long the episode was, and I didn't want to waste you guys' time there. This court is now in Hold on. Huh? Oh, great, you again. Chief Gan, I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana. He's talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claim, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. Ah, this isn't good. Of course, you never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then, I've got lunch today to meet. Oh boy, here we go. Well, whenever we're gonna head to our recess first. Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess. So we're on our recess for now. Hey, Edgeworth. 2:04 p.m. Dang, must've been a long trial. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief, he's something else, eh, pals? Detective Gumshoe. I'm not a detective anymore. Oh yeah, because Gumshoe, during the investigation, Gumshoe helped go to the chief of police, Demon Gan's office, even though we're not allowed to, but then even Detective Gumshoe wasn't allowed to, and so I think he kind of fired Gumshoe from being a detective, so I guess that's what happens. I don't know what he's gonna do now, so we'll see. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Don't worry, I've already decided where to work now. At your office. Excuse me, Gumshoe? My office? Sure, I'll take the place with that top-knotted girl you used to work with. Could he mean Maya? Oh my gosh. Maya, I hope you're still okay out there. Doing well in your training. I miss you, Maya. Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? It's not fair, he has the right to refuse to testify. I mean, pretty much Chief Gant has the right to do a lot of stuff because he's the chief of police, and yeah, honestly not fair, like, oh well. Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said. This is a flashback, so yeah, it's okay. Chief, there's not the right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Risks? What do you mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? I can tell it's a girl voice because of the way how the text was saying. Emma, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery. So she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, sorry for what I said before. No, don't. It was the truth. Yeah, we said before that Emma's a possible murderer to 2 years ago. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah, now I finally know what really happened. To think that together all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. That's what I believe. That's why I believe he's a guilty party for this one. And she did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her says she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's order. She must have shut herself up deep inside, to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. That must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. You don't want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. Chief can't be able to fool anyone else with this forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act. Emma, why don't you wait? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. Here we go, guys. The final part. Well, now, I know it said we can continue, but it's way too early for that. Let's go ahead and save. The final, I guess. 2:21 p.m. Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand? Miss Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with you are under oath. We want to hear the truth. Of course, the truth. Lana, you remember what happens? I'll be your sister. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gan. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gan. She's probably gonna lie just to protect her sister again, I guess. But we'll see. I worked alongside with Gan for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. That one I'm definitely gonna press on. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted, and nothing to do with Emma. Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana! If this is true, then that means Chief Gan had nothing to do with this. Oh, I just want to make sure my camera is in good. Yeah, okay. Nope. Okay. There we go. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you gotta help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. But what if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly, like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Well, not a lot of activity in the chat because, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are asleep considering it's already, well, it is midnight here, but not midnight, but it is nighttime here, but pretty sure for the others it's already, like, in the middle of, like, sleeping. I worked against alongside Gan for years, okay. No truth to this blackmail theory. I came to 2 years ago about myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. What did you do exactly? You say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor wire knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? Ugh. But the prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change the statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark? Something like that. Yes, that is so. What happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies. Oh, just to protect me! So, when you found a scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. We're going to tip the plant a knife inside while then move the body. Hold it! You planning to tip a dark knife in and then you move the body? But why? Why would you do that? You know what people should know, Edgeworth? You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I'll ask for the sake of the others. Why did you plant the knife? Why did you move the body, actually? When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? Or, why am I speaking that voice? It was when you assisted by Chief Chan's death. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Skye moved the body. The piece of jar that shattered during the event threatened my plan. What? How did this threaten your plan? The pieces of jar? So how do you know it was broken anyways? Now there's blood on there. I'm gonna try this one. This might be risky, but I'm gonna try it, but objection! Miss Skye, I understand Miss Skye, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. A contradiction in my testimony? You testify, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Do you have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Yeah, the prosecutor must have written in its own final moment. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. Oh yeah, that's right. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. Order, order! Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to the jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony. Jar message and message on blood. I immediately noticed blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message and the blood? I was chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Honestly, yes guys, I forgot to say I am on my own, but my friends, if they're on, they can always message me. I immediately noticed that the blood traces on the jar. Actually, no. Hold that. How do you see if it was dark in there? So the jar was already broken. It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier. It certainly looks as feeble as the defense case. But not as feeble as the judge's judgment. You are an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces? Normally I would have. But it was dark in that room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away all the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. Well, there's clearly still blood here, so I don't think you got them all. Objection! Miss Skye, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Kant's safe. In Chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about the final piece. There was still blood on it. But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you. But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? Objection! I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day. looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth. Huh? Can you believe that? Is that really relevant? Objection! Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name could have been written on the shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant. At the time he was looking. I feel like he's a guilty person still. Or dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there. Okay, objection! The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the facts for 2 years? Huh? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? No! Jeez Louise, I never seen the judge break down on this. Also, why are we targeting him now? Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. Demon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar, and purportedly hid one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. Why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Grant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma. And therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the Chief's puppet. Oh God. No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the Chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up most foul lies to defend their client. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. Oh, come on, Judge. Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana, maybe Wright after all. What do you mean, Wright? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Miss Skye, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. Ooh. Now things are getting interesting. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Skye, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. Alright, well, I'll testify about what I really saw. Alright, the witness may testify once more for the final time. I guess this is Lana's final witness testimony. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the set suit of armor. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was fabrication, Emma might be innocent. I don't know what to hold there, but we'll see. Or contradict, but we'll see. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armored sword? You were the one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What? To me? It's a picture I took of this crime scene as I encountered. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present this picture. I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. Lana says she gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting something from her then. Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere. Well, I'm pretty sure what she gave me was this evidence law. Let me check this one. Oh, I didn't bother checking. I didn't bother to examine the book itself. Why is there a freaking duck? The heck? Okay, I guess we'll try that. Oh, that picture. Ugh. Hey, there's a picture here. Ooh. Oh my! This is the actual crime scene. No other detectives saw the crime scene like this, because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I rearranged everything. Lana's picture. Okay. Another piece of evidence again. So much evidence. Mr. Wright, that piece cut off from his quote. Could that be the cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe? Yeah. What's this? Oh yeah, this is flashback. Fingerprints were found on this one, and a hand. Well, a handprint at least. That's a handprint, isn't it? That cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Whoever's fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. Yes, hello guys. What? But those fingerprints, they're yours, Emma? Oh no, she's eventually gonna find this truth, I guess. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Alright. Very well, the defendant may now begin its cross-examination. Alright, here we go. When I arrive, I found it's fine. Okay, what? I didn't do that. Oh, you again? Come now, Archie. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Chief Kent? What, now you want to make me out of the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. Objection! I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. The frick was that? Ah, so what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't, but someone does. Someone? So, what's your excuse, Wright? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves you're not over Neil Marshall calling it dead? Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright? If I show the piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now, and if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. Oh, I too better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed? I'm gonna save it, guys. If I present it now, I don't know. But Emma's gonna. But everyone has to eventually find the truth. I can't hide evidence because again, that's a rule. Brandon, where's Bud? I'm actually alone right now, but there's a possibility where some of my friends may join in the middle. So unless I'll be all alone for a while, but we'll see. Show evidence? Can I show? I don't know. Should I show it now, or should I not? Eventually, Emma's gonna have to find the truth that it was her fingerprints on that cloth. But Then again, I could also get penalized for not. I can't hide the truth. I don't know what you guys think. Let me think this through. But Emma will be made of crimes. If I show it now, then like, you know, it's probably over. But then again, I'm supposed to be defending Lana, so, and if I show this evidence, I basically plead not guilty for her. But Emma, I guess no matter what happens, the truth reveals itself. So I must show evidence. Yes, Your Honor, I do have further evidence. Alright, the time's finally come to show to them. Those prints have got to be the chief. You wish. Now then, let's see the conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered. This cloth. Here we go. Take that! It's a piece of leather cloth? Yes. It most likely was cut from the victim's vest near his chest. What's this? There's a big handprint on it? Surely it must have been a cloth by whoever shot the victim with a sword. What? Whose fingerprints are on this? I'm sure Wright has checked. Haven't you? Hold on, what's his name? Well, whose are they? They're Miss Skye's. Emma Skye's. What? They're mine? So I really did do it. See, I told you it was conclusive. Objection! But this was found in your safe. This means it's possible you forged it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that? Objection! But give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you tied Emma Skye to Neil Marshall's death. No. It appears we have our killer. No. I shouldn't have done that. No! I would scream, but it's nighttime here. Everything hinged on that point. In the end, Lana alone was found guilty on all counts. Ah, fudge! That was my first loss in this case. I should have. So I can't show evidence. Okay, it was the wrong timing to show it. All right. I see how this is. That's my first loss, and that was in the first episode, or like in the first season. Wow, what a way to end this. But we'll see it. So I guess I can't show evidence. I'm fine. You know what? I won't. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can pretend at this point in time. What? You lie. Chief Kent. You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. Because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about? Chief Kent? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you, the chief of police. If it is lagging, I apologize, guys. Have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. So I guess not showing evidence actually exposed him, but for it actually forced him to expose that kind of stuff. Dang. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? Give me a freaking drink of water. I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. And then it occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her? I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, then when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Skye? I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant a knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted? When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. I guess I wasn't supposed to show the evidence then. But don't you think I would get penalized for that? 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance, of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for? A fool? I didn't make police cheap by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? Oh. I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces. Objection! But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too? Oh. That's Santa. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for sure. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe. Yes, I admit. I didn't want to have to do that, being Chief at all. But it's a lot better being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. He said the truth will finally arise, so I guess I'll now show the evidence. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see the conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. This cloth. I guess it's about time we should present it. Take that! Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of victim's vest. Oh, yes. At last you finally brought it out into the open. There's a huge handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean... It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Righto had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Why would a fingerprint belong must be the real murderer? Whose fingerprints are they? Very well. I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person to whom these fingerprints belong to is Lana Skye. Take that! Lana Skye? What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma. But why? Why didn't you tell me? Oh. You're really something, Wright-o. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still try to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. Hold it. Whoever that was. How could you? You monster! Miss Skye, you knew whose fingerprint those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Skye, it's not over yet. What? I said the trial isn't over yet. Ha, I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. Oh no. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Huh, why is it lagging? I never thought it actually lagged. That's weird. The stream, I meant. Wow, I'm actually sorry, guys, but apparently this lag is very bad. I didn't think my stream had been doing these kind of stuff. Oh, I guess it's because of the drop frames. Oh well. I guess live streaming might not be a good idea. If I record, then it'll be a while, just because I don't have motivation of editing. But oh well. I'll see how recording does, possibly, I guess. Okay, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Cat, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Lana Skye, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, could it possibly contradict? Chief Kent, your tyrannical reign ends here. So I guess I was not supposed to show evidence. Behold, a piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Could it be this picture? Why is... I'm gonna think this straight. This piece of cloth has handprints on it, but there's actually no blood on it either. And pushing the victim would not tear off the vest. So it's possible that Emma pushed the victim, but not to that one. It's possible that the vest tore off and then someone pushed the victim. Neil Marshall. So I think this picture is proof, or at least contradict it. So I'm gonna try this one. Take that! And what exactly is this supposed to be? This is a picture Miss Skye took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is filled with blood, that's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, what's that piece of cloth? There's no blood on it. Wait, there's no blood on it. Ah! Since Lana Skye's fingerprints on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Skye? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on the armored sword. Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance... Hold on a second, guys. I really wish my stream did not lag like this. I guess me streaming is not a good idea anymore. Well, but maybe we'll see. You proved that you were the actual murderer. No! What the heck is wrong with you? Getting struck by lightning out of nowhere? It's finally all over. Objection! Whoever that was. Oh, it was you. Heh. Heh heh. Oh, that was close, Righto. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegation. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. What? Order, order! What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, LG? Earlier, old Wright here concealed that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Wright? You do have some proof to that, don't you? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Well, that's true. The defendant did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, the piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. But that's not fair. Did you actually think you could be a best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son. I'm afraid Ms. Grant's claim is illegally correct. Well, Mr. Edwards? True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright? It seems, at last, the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? That you purposely and illegally concealed this piece of cloth? I was gonna say I did not. I did not. I admit I refused to present it at one point. Aha, so the evidence is illegal. Objection! No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean, you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Aji, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe... Objection! There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle that once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was non-violation of the law, then do so now. It's gotta be the evidence of law. It's gotta be evidence of law. I trust this. Take that! This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I don't mod people I don't know, so I only mod my close friends, most likely. I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Lana Skye's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Objection! Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh, yes. That's just a flashback, I know, but I'm just doing it for the voice anyway. Oh. It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the Chief of Police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who that could be. And David Gant, the killer, was you. Okay, you are one. You are one crazy a-hole. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. Oh, come on. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department trying to get something from me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on haunting me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. Hold on, let me drink. He wants to investigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my chance to find out the truth. Please, you gotta help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report, and went with him to the evidence. Then all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. I don't know why I'm giving him that voice, but whatever. He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said, It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall. Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring it up sometime. That's when I saw it. The accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, that blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worried so much about the floor that I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint is on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Leaving the prosecution's car aside? How could you get Miss Skye involved in all of this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker. I feel like I lost my voice. I felt bad for having to do. I also didn't have time to pick and choose what to take. So, you left the jar fragment and the glove. Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crime than a committer. They all did their best to get my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon a close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go to it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as long as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Hutchie. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Wright out here, and Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning. My throat's already hurting. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes? First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Skye? You no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial's over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Gant help me forge evidence, up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Skye. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standard you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. Hey, she smiled. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Skye. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you, and yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it. I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems that good self-examination is in order for us, all of us. Miss Skye. Yes, Your Honor? You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as an accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Well, this trial has gone far too long. Am I still streaming, guys? Hold on, guys, hold on. I am still lagging, but the... Okay, for some reason YouTube, according to YouTube, it said that it like showed that I stopped. That's weird. Well, this trial has gone on for too long. Oh yeah, I already said that. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, not guilty. And that is officially the end of Season 1, guys. Thank you all for supporting this part of the game. We'll be heading on to Season 2 after we're done with this. That is all. This court is adjourned. Well, Hydra and Neon, we just ended it. We just ended the trial and we finally won, so I guess, I don't know. At long last, it's finally over. That was actually a pretty long episode, I'm not gonna lie. Very long. Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now after the trial ended, I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. She did say Mia Fey at that time, but okay. How are you, my thanks, Mr. Wright? And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past years. You've done well. You know, I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me. I hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, yes I am. I'll come back later. I knew you were gonna call him back. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all around the while on duty? And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh, you're here because of my sister again? No, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Lana. Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Oh, I won't tell if you won't. Aren't the two guards standing there? Oh, whatever. Emma, I owe you an apology. Thank you, Hydra Neon. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day, 2 years ago. Was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis? I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day, in hiding what I believed to be the truth. I was deceiving you. Sis, I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Ella, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that I always knew that one day you'd come back, and now you have. Oh, Emma. Aww. Sister loves, sibling loves, yeah. Honestly, this honestly looks really relevant to Maya and Mia. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Lana looked kind of like Maya, and in a way, Emma looked like, Lana looked almost like Mia, and Emma almost looked like Maya. No one can change the past. The only one thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find a way back to our rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. And see, guys, that is what it's like to make mistakes. You see, guys, that's what it's like to make mistakes. Of course, no matter how much you make mistakes, no matter how many times you make mistakes, you just gotta learn from them, and it'll be worth it. It'll be worth making those mistakes. They hurt, but come on, you gotta give it a chance. I think that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe. Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? 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 Stop hiding and come over here. Where was he hiding? Where was he hiding? Yeah, exactly my words. I just came to say, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, well, I'll be going now. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I've realized today that I can't correct my mistakes. Come on, Edgeworth, don't retire. Oh yeah, in case you guys don't know, what also hit me, I forgot to say that... Where is it? Oh crap, I don't have it. Apparently, there was a letter of resignation from Edgeworth, which means that he's planning to retire being a prosecutor. Dang it. Please, Edgeworth, do not. I realized today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth. Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Kent was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go along. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life in fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be the truth for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Kent did. That terrifies me. That's why I can't continue as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Demon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karm. Oh, come on. What about him? We're both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime, but they both made the same mistake. I guess Chief Gant is as worse as Von Karma then. You said, in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edward nor I would have been able to find out. You guys probably missed it, but I do remember Edward giving, like, the whole list. Where is it? Yeah, the evidence list. He had half of the list, and I had half of it as well. Without that, we wouldn't have figured this out. So I guess it might be this one. So, take that! That's the picture I drew. Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, Wright. But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. Well, I hope Edgeworth is not retiring, but we'll see. I better get going too. Better be okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, there's a little something for you. Scientific investigation? It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. Oh man, this music, man, just makes it feel like more just, I just want to cry. And so another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. Hey, these are all the people I've encountered. Well, maybe not everyone, but some of them, at least, are good friends. A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go tricking off just yet, pal. Huh? What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, haha. You see? Mr. Wright here is the one who'll be footing the bill. Huh? Huh? Is this all you're gonna say, Wright? What, you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? Jeez. Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it all together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go. Objection! So that's when he wanted to scream. Hey! I'll admit, guys, this episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. Oh, I arranged a friend of mine in Europe to take care of. I hope she'll be pleased to study under top coroner. I'm not pressing anything, so I can't. Yeah, that's me. Still, I managed to find my way back to the field somehow, and I'll be able to investigate crime together with Emma. Oh yeah, that's right. Lana's not fully free because she still committed a crime, but she is innocent of murder. Whew. I'll admit, guys, like, episode 5 is actually not bad. I do kind of like it, but it was kind of too long, and that's what I don't like about the episode. But oh well. Yeah, I thought I was gone there for a moment there. Bleh. You overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief process. If it penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show, you can't shake me out that easily. So is Gumshoe still detective? Who knows what happened to Edgeworth after this? We'll find out in Season 2. But until this time, that is officially the end of Season 1. Thank you all for joining me on this one. I'm sorry, I'm into this series. I'm still doing a marathon, so I'm gonna go like straight to Season 2 tomorrow morning my time. Or at least I'll continue to... Oh my god, you again. You must to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I show them though, someday I'll be going to make it. Yes, or that can be like Dick Gumshoe. Can you please control your megaphone? Man, Capcom, you make one of the best series, and like this one, oh my gosh. I know Phoenix Wright is so old, but still, like, you brought it back just by doing that, and I'm actually glad they brought it back, because I'm honestly into this series, and I want to do more. I want to know the whole series. Everything about... Okay. That was weird. I guess he ran out of batteries. The Blue Badger, I guess. Well, Season 2 awaits, guys. I'll start doing a live stream again tomorrow, or maybe record, I don't know, because apparently streams are pausing, and I didn't realize that until now. I mean, I don't know how, but yeah. What is it? Can't you see him having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? You're arrested? Don't manage to sneak this into me. Well, Campbell, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Bill, make sure and get that water? I mean, I guess Jake Marshall did indeed, like, do some sort of crime, but... Oh yeah, he, like, hurt the officer. Yeah. Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. Oh boy, Angel Star. As a farewell gift, I put on a new meal on the menu. The Right Way lunch. Wow. The top layer tastes so bitter since defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. Shh. Localization Ben Judd. Location brand. Wow. I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for, how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I better be. Huh? Oh no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, gotta go. So there's your chair. Oh man. I'm really loving this series so far. Really. I know I probably said that like how many times, but like really, I can't just get over how amazing this series is. I can't believe I missed it. Hey, Maya! Ah, nothing suits the soul like fresh country air. Still something I do miss hearing you and your objections. Still, I can't go back until I'm full-fledged spirit medium. Mystic Maya, afternoon training's about to begin. Coming. Well, see you around, Nick. Hey, we're probably gonna see Maya again in the next season. Mystic Maya, huh? I mean, I guess she is a spirit medium, so... Okay. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? I brought you your tea. What's going on? What is that letter he left there? Hey Emma, thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. Am I supposed to investigate the book here? She left it. I'm assuming that the. Oh, okay. What's that? Is that a picture of them? Oh, it's a picture of them. Oh, that's when Emma was younger, I guess. Nice. That is cute. Capcom. Amazing Capcom. Again, I'm really liking this series, and I'm really glad you brought it back by putting this into Steam. I'm really glad you did. No words can describe how I love this series so far. Like, I'm really hoping you put 4, 5, and 6 on Steam, like, as soon as possible. I mean, then again, I know, guys, again, I know... Like, I know I said I was gonna get it on phone, guys, but like, there's a possibility I could try and record while I'm having my face cam and playing this in the series, but I'll try. But then again, I can't make any promises. But there is a possibility, like, even if Capcom doesn't bring the or if at least Capcom does eventually bring 4, 5, and 6 to Steam, like, you know, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney 4, 5, and 6. Then maybe I'll still record just in case you guys want to see it, because even if I play it on phone, but if it's a very long time ago, then it's a possibility that I'll forget a lot of them, and most likely almost all of them too. Because then again, like, you know, I mean, I know I'm into the series, it'll be hard for me to forget, but, like, you never know. You never know when they, like, send 4, 5, and 6, and I can't wait for that, really. And I'm hoping they will. I'm really hoping. If they don't, then oh well. I guess you guys. I mean, I think I could try record my phone, the screen, and all that stuff, and, you know, probably even do my face cam recording here, because, you know, why not? But then again, if I do that, guys, I'll have to do recordings. That's the thing. But I guess it shouldn't be that much of a problem. So, because I just need to do some editing. That's all. Well, then I know I said my editing motivation is gone, but, like, I could try again, even though it's kind of gone. But anyways, guys, that is officially the end. Of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. But now we're heading on to a new game, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. Let's see what this is. The Lost Turnabout, Episode 1. So, in light of this, guys, I will make a new thumbnail for the new season, so I'm not going to use the same thumbnail anymore. I mean, yeah. So I suppose I can make a new thumbnail at the moment, and yeah. So yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for joining me in Season 1. I will see you guys in Season 2 whenever I live stream this again. So hold on, I want to look at this one. The Lost Turnabout. It looks like another girl, I guess. And Phoenix Wright is still there himself. And there we go. Alright, well, so that's episode. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys, that actually took me, like, you know, Episode 5 kind of took, like, 2 whole days. Like, you know, after that stream, guys, like, you know, after that last stream, not this stream, but that last stream, I like, spent this whole day trying to progress to Episode 5. I guess it wasn't as long as I expected when someone said it took them 2 weeks. But it was still long, but still not bad. At least the episode is, in my opinion. Like, it's not the best in my opinion, but it's not bad. It's mostly because the episode was kind of too long. Anyways, I'll see you guys in Season 2, aka Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. I should probably start getting prepared for a thumbnail and all that stuff. So yeah, again, thank you all for watching. Peace out, guys.